Have you made some good friends at Cherokee Creek so far?
Everybody at Cherokee Creek's my friend.
Cherokee Creek is a therapeutic boarding school in Westminster, South Carolina. We're kind of nestled at the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains, and we specialize in middle school age boys who come to us with a variety of different issues. Things ranging from school refusal to traumatic incidences. We have kids who struggle with ADHD. We have some children at school who are also somewhere on the spectrum. So who may be diagnosed with high-functioning autism or Asperger's.
My parents, Beth and Ron Black, founded Cherokee Creek Boys School in 2003. So I've officially been part of Cherokee Creek since before it even began, I should say. In the mid-90s, my brother went out to a therapeutic boarding school, and through his experience there, our entire family was able to experience some healing.
One of the things we say about Cherokee Creek Boys School is it's the small school with a big heart. And that's more than just a slogan. The small school is because we've designed our school to have no more than 48 students maximum. We are prepared at this point in time to have 32 students, and we're growing in that capacity. But the small nature is important. Boys need relationships. They need to have a small peer group that they can hang with. It's very important for us, from the big heart aspect, is that every member of our staff knows not only the name of each boy, but really knows each boy in a very intimate, connected relationship, mentor way. And we're a big family.
Cherokee Creek is, you've got outdoors, which is really big for males. People don't realize when males are sitting in rooms all day that part of their souls are not developing, and actually part of their success won't develop, because they really need some nature. And any boy, for instance, who's at risk or is having problems, he can find a lot of healing in nature, and people can nurture him through nature. So it's just a great asset. It's who we are. We're from nature. So just that in itself is incredible. And then Cherokee Creek has so much male mentoring, which is very important. And that's something that boys need more of than they realize, or their parents realize, and especially any boy who's having any sorts of issues, males are going to be very helpful. So you put males and nature together, you're getting something that's going to be quite beautiful, and a structure that's going to be quite beautiful.
Cherokee Creek is really special because it's a open, warm environment. When you come on campus, you feel that everybody's connected, and it's like a really big, small family, if that makes any sense. That the boys feel like they're being well cared for, they feel comfortable, and like they can talk about the things that they need to talk about.
I've been at Cherokee Creek for about 5 months now. I enjoy playing outside with my friends, playing basketball and stuff.
I've been at Cherokee Creek for about 1.5 years. My favorite activity at Cherokee Creek is probably the treks. I've been here for over 2 months. My favorite class is math and science.
If any parent is looking for, is my child, is my boy, a fit for this, or what should I be looking for? I would say here are a few markers, possible markers. One, if your son is having trouble in the mainstream classroom or a mainstream school or whatever it is, the school he's in now, and he's having trouble, and you can see or suspect that there's some trouble, there's some mismatch between the way he learns and the way he operates, so cognitively and emotionally, the way he operates and the system he's in. If you see that, then look even closer. Do you see that there's some kind of a mismatch with the system and him as a boy, and the mismatch between him as an individual? And at a certain point, because he's a boy, it's going to coalesce into, is this system fitting this boy, my son? And if the parents find that no, it's not, that he's medicated, they medicated him to try to get fit the system, or they did other interventions the way the teacher said to do it, but he's just still a mismatch, and he's not getting the mentoring he needs, then perhaps what happens is we as parents, we're very protective. We see that this boy is more vulnerable and fragile than we realize, perhaps, and we see that that system doesn't understand that fragility, that vulnerability. Maybe that system sees him as angry, but actually his anger is sometimes a mask for this vulnerability. So if we start seeing those mismatches and we start seeing that vulnerability, I think we as parents, start looking at some place like Cherokee Creek and say, well, I want to check this out.
It's such a nice piece when I'm able to tell parents that their son is going to be safe, cared for, encouraged, and loved. It's just a nice feeling to be able to tell that with sincerity to a family that's in a state of crisis.
Before Sam came to Cherokee Creek, he was really struggling with major emotional and behavioral issues. We had to pull him from school because he had medication issues, really, that psychotropic drugs were causing him to be manic.
Jacob was in public school and was having difficulties, and there was some difficulties at home as well. Very smart kid and a lot of energy and a good sense of humor, but just not really making it in a public school setting. And as that situation deteriorated, we began looking for alternative schools and schools that could really address the specific struggles that Jacob was having.
The thing that I would tell other parents who are considering sending their child to Cherokee Creek is that it is a small, safe environment that is really nurturing, and I really trust the people with my child, and that's a huge thing for a mother to say.
Most importantly, we felt like they weren't trying to sell us on the school, they were trying to make sure that it was the right place for our son John, which made us feel really good about the choice we were making. We really felt like it was a home away from home, that it was a second family for our son, and that has just been reaffirmed over and over again as we participate in the family seminars, as we participate in the family track, and get to know the staff very well. We feel really good with the counselors and the therapists and the entire staff. It's a loving staff, and we know we've made a great decision and would make the same decision today that we made a number of months ago.
They understand what parents are going through when they have children that are struggling, and they meet you with that attitude at the front door, and they are comforting and reassuring and genuine in that concern.
When we are recruiting staff for Cherokee Creek, we look for people who have high moral character, whose values are in line with the school. Most importantly, I think we're looking for people with a lot of patience and really big hearts.
You'll be amazed when you come and visit the school how the boys seem genuinely happy.
It really is a home away from home for these boys. Certainly for our son, he has friends that he never had when he was living at home. He's able to bond with children, with other adults, which was also a significant challenge for him. It's a family setting. They eat together, they discuss things together, they work things out together, and it's just been a wonderful experience for him and a great benefit for our family as a whole.
If their boy has emotional and behavioral issues that are significant, that they won't be disappointed, that the staff here will care for their son as if he was their own son. That it's real, and that genuine caring matters a lot. You know, you're leaving your son, you love him, and the concept of leaving them with somebody else for a number of months is an incredibly difficult decision. And so I would tell them they can at least be comfortable that here he'll be loved, and there's really nothing more important than that.
What are the feelings that you get when you first walk in the door? Because that's what your son's going to live with every day. Does it feel warm? Does it feel inviting? Are the people there giving high fives and hugs? Because kids at this age need that. Kids who have not been successful need that.
He is a different child. He's a happier child. He's a young man, you know, and he's succeeding, and that warms your heart. I mean, it's really a fairly incredible transformation.
I think the most rewarding thing about being a member of the Cherokee Creek staff is the moment graduation, where the boy crosses over the bridge. and rejoins his family. And it's seeing how much work that has gone into getting to that point, not just with the boy, but with his family too. I think that we do a really good job of our family work, and that is what's so rewarding about being a staff member here. It's getting to see the change and getting to see how much it's going to impact that family forever. I mean, the course of their life has changed.
11 to 15 middle school boys, darling, rough and tumble, those are our kids.